Tired of all the doom and gloom news from mainstream media? You'll get none of that here. Instead, you'll find inspiring stories and developments, making the world a better place. The Great News Podcast is brought to you by Podcast Hero. Head on over to podcasthero.com and learn the 4 P's of podcasting to start your own show. I'm Andrew McGivern, and this is the Great News Podcast. Today, getting out for walks reduces the risk of Alzheimer's disease and dementia. What is the secret recipe for fatty liver disease? Find out in this episode. The green Mediterranean diet is proven to reduce visceral fat. A new scientific molecule that can seek out and destroy cancer cells. And study shows type 2 diabetes and possibly other chronic diseases can be cured with live bacterial therapeutics. All that and more is in this issue of the Great Newsletter. Head on over to greatnewspodcast.com and subscribe to the Great Newsletter, because the Great News Podcast is great, but the Great Newsletter is greater. Can you reduce your risk of Alzheimer's disease and dementia simply by getting out and walking more? Yes. More steps can reduce your risk of developing Alzheimer's disease, according to a study published in Alzheimer's and Dementia, the Journal of the Alzheimer's Association. Each additional 1,865 daily steps was associated with a 33% lower risk of mild cognitive impairment or dementia among women aged 65 or older. The researchers found that higher amounts of sitting and prolonged sitting were not associated with higher risk of mild cognitive impairment or dementia. So, older adults can be encouraged to increase their movement and take more steps daily for a lower risk of cognitive decline. The secret recipe for fatty liver disease is fast food. When you're hungry and you need a quick bite, it's tempting to go through the drive-thru and get your favorite fast food burger. Of course, we all know that fast food isn't healthy, but a new study says to consume it at your own risk. Researchers from Keck Medicine of the University of Southern California found that consumption of fast food is linked to non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Quote, "Healthy livers contain a small amount of fat, usually less than 5%, and even a moderate increase in fat can lead to non-alcoholic fatty liver disease." Unquote. Annie Kardashian, medical doctor, a pathologist at Keck Medicine and lead author of the study. The study shows that people who are obese or diabetic and also consume more than 20% of their daily calories from fast food have severely elevated levels of fat in their liver compared to similar people who consume less or no fast food. While you may be thinking that the drive-thru is still for you because you're not obese or diabetic, well, unfortunately, the general population still has moderate increases in liver fat when 20% or more of their diet is made up of fast food. So just in case you missed it, consuming fast food more than 20% of the time can lead to non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. This condition is characterized by buildup of fat in the liver, which can be dangerous and even fatal. Non-alcoholic fatty liver disease can lead to cirrhosis, which can be a cause of cancer or liver failure. For the purpose of the study, they defined fast food meals from either a drive-thru or a restaurant that has no serving staff. And fast food does include pizza. I know. That totally sucks. Even eating fast food once a day, as long as it accounts for more than 1/5 of a person's daily calories, can increase fat levels in the liver. So, while it may be tempting to indulge in fast food every once in a while, it's important to practice moderation and eat healthier options as much as possible in order to maintain a healthy liver. Quote, "Our findings are particularly alarming as fast food consumption has gone up in the last 50 years, regardless of socioeconomic status," said Kardashian. "We've also seen a substantial surge in fast food dining during the COVID-19 pandemic, which is probably related to the decline in full-service restaurant dining and rising rates of food insecurity. We worry that the number of those with fatty livers has gone up even more since the time of the survey." Unquote. If you are stuck and have no other option than a fast food meal, then why not go for an intermittent fast instead? It would be healthier for you and your liver, and for the rest of your body, if you ate nothing at all. The green Mediterranean diet is proven to reduce visceral fat deposits around internal organs. A new study by Ben Gurion University of the Negev found that green Mediterranean diets can significantly reduce the bad fat that builds up around internal organs. But what is the green Mediterranean diet? Well, it's a diet that is innovative and healthier than the regular Mediterranean cuisine. It emphasizes the intake of plant-based foods such as fruits, vegetables, nuts, legumes, whole grains, and olive oil. Enriched dietary polyphenols such as flavonoids are also included in the green Mediterranean diet. These polyphenols are plant compounds that provide many benefits, such as reducing inflammation and oxidative stress. With its combination of increased plant-based foods and polyphenols, the green Mediterranean diet is a great way to enjoy Mediterranean eating habits and stay healthy. The green Mediterranean diet eliminates red meat, processed foods, and added sugars. Instead, it encourages plant-based proteins, such as vegetables, legumes, nuts, and seeds, as well as fish and poultry in limited amounts. The study shed some light on the benefits of eating a mostly plant-based diet supplemented with a little fish and poultry. The study compared 3 different diets: the healthy diet, the Mediterranean diet, and the green Mediterranean diet. The green Mediterranean group achieved a greater reduction in visceral fat than the other intervention groups. The healthy diet group achieved 4.2% reduction. The Mediterranean diet group achieved a 6% reduction in visceral fat. But the green Mediterranean diet group achieved a 14.1% reduction in visceral fat. Visceral fat has a greater negative impact on health than any other types of fat. Scientific evidence of the diet that performs better in reducing this type of bad fat can help consumers make better dietary choices based on facts. A new synthetic molecule that can seek out and destroy cancer cells has been developed by Stanford scientists. One of the primary issues with conventional treatment is that it targets all fast-growing cells, both healthy and cancerous. This means that while it effectively works to treat cancer, it can also be damaging to healthy, fast-growing cells in the microbiome and immune system. As a result, many researchers are looking for an alternative form of treatment that are more precise and target only cancer cells. While Stanford scientists developed a synthetic immunotherapy that seeks out and destroys tumors in mice with aggressive cancers. This molecule combines a tumor-targeting agent with an immunostimulating molecule, allowing it to be administered intravenously. When injected into laboratory mice, this molecule was found to promote immune activation and tumor regression. The study shows that the molecule prolonged the survival of mice with aggressive triple-negative breast cancer, and even induced complete tumor regression in some mice with pancreatic cancer. Quote, "We essentially cured some animals with just a few injections," said Jennifer Cochran, PhD. It was pretty astonishing. When we looked within the tumors, we saw they went from a highly immunosuppressive microenvironment to one full of activated B and T cells, similar to what happens when the immune-stimulating molecule is injected directly into the tumor. So we're achieving intratumoral injection results, but with an IV delivery. The molecule is versatile and can target various types of tumors, making it a promising candidate for off-the-shelf treatments. Further studies are needed to determine if it is safe and effective for humans. And finally, a new study shows type 2 diabetes and possibly other chronic diseases can be cured with live bacterial therapeutics. The human gut is home to trillions of beneficial bacteria and other microorganisms, that have a positive impact on a range of chronic human ailments. Research suggests that these microorganisms can reduce the risk of obesity, type 2 diabetes, cancer, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, and inflammatory bowel disease. This remarkable discovery highlights the importance of maintaining a healthy gut. By engineering native bacteria to express transgenes capable of inducing persistent and potentially curative therapeutic changes in the gut, researchers have demonstrated the potential of live bacterial therapeutics for treating a variety of chronic human ailments. This method has shown to be successful in providing long-term therapy in mouse models of type 2 diabetes, and the same approach may be used to engineer human native bacteria for therapeutic delivery. Live bacterial therapeutics may offer a promising, non-invasive, low-risk, and cost-effective option for treating many diseases. With this approach, scientists are able to develop customized treatments that target specific microbial communities and work to improve their overall health. The study showed promise in a mouse model that this type of therapy can be effective at treating type 2 diabetes and possibly other diseases, like cancer. And that's going to do it for this episode of the Great News Podcast. If you want to leave some voicemail feedback, you can call 1-877-636-1474 and leave a voicemail and I'll play it in the show. See you next time.
Podcasthero.com